For almost 20 years, Aaron Rodgers made football look effortless. The throws, the confidence, the control. He looked completely untouched by pressure, untouched by doubt, untouched by fear. While other quarterbacks played emotional, Aaron Rodgers played certain. And maybe that's what made him feel different from everyone else. Because for years, he didn't just survive pressure, he controlled it. The frozen fields in Green Bay, the impossible throws rolling left, the smirk after another impossible play, the feeling that no game was ever really over as long as Rodgers still had the ball. For over a decade, Aaron Rodgers didn't just look like the best quarterback in football, he looked untouchable. But now, for the first time in his career, Aaron Rodgers looks like someone trying to outrun the end. And maybe that's why this has become so uncomfortable to watch, because this story was never really about football. It was about identity, about what happens when someone spends their entire life becoming extraordinary and slowly realizes even greatness fades. For years, Aaron Rodgers felt immortal. Now, after the injuries, after the criticism, after the isolation, after the collapse in New York, he's still searching for one more run, one more moment, one more reason to believe the version of himself the football world once feared still exists. But time eventually reaches everyone, even legends. And for the first time in his career, Aaron Rodgers looks human. There was a time when Aaron Rodgers represented the future of football. Young, effortless, gifted beyond explanation. And in Green Bay, that future quickly became mythology. The Hail Marys, the MVP seasons, the impossible escapes from collapsing pockets, the feeling that defenses already knew they were beaten before the play even ended. For over a decade, Aaron Rodgers didn't just win football games, he controlled entire stadiums. Crowds held their breath every time he escaped the pocket. And slowly, greatness stopped feeling surprising. It became expected. That's how dominant he was. But there's something dangerous about being treated like a genius for too long. Eventually, you stop believing normal rules apply to you. And maybe that's where the story started changing. Because over time, Aaron Rodgers stopped feeling like just a football player. He became something larger, a celebrity, a philosopher, a controversy, a symbol. Every interview became national conversation. Every quote became debate. Every appearance became analysis. And the more attention grew, the more distant he seemed to become. To some people, it made him fascinating. To others, it made him exhausting. But underneath all of it, there was always a feeling that Aaron Rodgers was searching for something football could no longer give him. Maybe peace, maybe meaning, maybe control. Or maybe he was searching for the version of himself that once felt invincible. Because eventually, the game started changing around him. The younger quarterbacks arrived. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud. The league moved forward. And for the first time in years, Aaron Rodgers no longer felt like the center of football. That shift was subtle at first. Then suddenly, it wasn't subtle at all. The relationship with Green Bay slowly unraveled in public. And maybe that was the first real crack in the mythology. Because legends are supposed to leave on their own terms. But this felt colder than that, more complicated, like both sides already understood something neither wanted to admit. The future was moving on. And maybe Aaron Rodgers saw it before anyone else did. Because greatness creates isolation. The longer you stay at the top, the harder it becomes to trust the people around you. The harder it becomes to separate criticism from betrayal. And eventually, even the places that once worshipped you start preparing for life after you. That's the brutal truth about sports. Every dynasty ends. Every legend fades. Every stadium eventually belongs to someone else. But for athletes who built their identity around greatness, accepting that reality can feel impossible. And maybe that's why New York felt so emotional. Because this wasn't just another team change. It felt like resistance. One final attempt to prove the story wasn't over yet. The media exploded. Jets fans believed everything was about to change. For the first time in years, hope returned to the franchise. Aaron Rodgers wasn't just a quarterback anymore. He became a symbol again. Redemption, resurrection, one last run. Then 4 snaps into the season, everything stopped. The stadium went silent. Players knelt around him. Fans stared in disbelief. And suddenly, the man who spent years looking immortal couldn't stand up. That Achilles injury felt bigger than football, because for the first time, Aaron Rodgers looked fragile. Not emotionally, physically, human. And maybe that moment changed the way people saw him forever. Because greatness in sports often depends on illusion. The illusion that certain athletes exist above normal limits, above aging, above decline, above time itself. But one injury, one moment, can destroy that illusion instantly. And after that night, the conversation around Aaron Rodgers changed completely. Was he too old? Too distracted? Too difficult? Could he still do it? That's the terrifying thing about greatness. People don't just celebrate it, they expect it forever. And the second it slips, even slightly, the world starts looking at you differently. For years, Aaron Rodgers represented the future. Now suddenly, he was being discussed like the past. And maybe that's why this story feels less like a football documentary and more like something painfully human. Because deep down, this no longer feels like a quarterback chasing another championship. It feels like a man trying to outrun irrelevance, trying to prove the version of himself he spent decades building still exists. There's something lonely about athletes who stay around long enough to watch the world change around them. The league changes, the fans change, the media changes, and eventually, you look around and realize you're one of the last people left from your era. Tom Brady is gone. Drew Brees is gone. Peyton Manning is gone. Ben Roethlisberger is gone. But Aaron Rodgers is still here, still throwing, still searching, still trying to hold on to something that gets harder to keep every year. And eventually, the game that once made you feel immortal starts reminding you that nobody stays forever. Maybe that's why Aaron Rodgers has become so fascinating to watch, because underneath all the confidence, all the headlines, all the controversy, all the ego, there are moments now where he almost looks afraid. Not afraid of losing, afraid of the end. Because football gave Aaron Rodgers something almost impossible to let go of: purpose, identity, meaning. For most of his life, being extraordinary wasn't something he did, it was who he was. And walking away from that might be harder than anything football ever asked from him. So now, with the football world watching one final time, Aaron Rodgers walks into another season carrying something heavier than pressure: the fear that maybe the version of himself he's been chasing doesn't exist anymore. Maybe Aaron Rodgers finds one last great run. Maybe he reminds the world who he used to be. Or maybe this story was never really about winning at all. Maybe it was about what happens when someone spends their entire life being extraordinary and slowly has to confront the possibility that even greatness fades.